Hello everyone and welcome to Life Begins at 20. My name is Mark and today we're going to take a look at the Kaladesh Deck Builders Toolkit. This is a product I wouldn't expect a seasoned player to purchase, but it's designed for the new or returning player to Magic. This sits alongside Planeswalker decks for these type of players, so let's take a look inside and see if it's worth buying. Inside the Deck Builders Toolkit we have 125 semi-randomised cards, 4 booster packs from recent sets, which in this case is 2 from Kaladesh, 1 from Eldritch Moon and 1 from Shadows over Innistrad, 100 basic lands, which also include 2 copies of each dual colour land, a deck builder's guide to creating decks, a quick reference guide for help playing the game, and a full art card storage box. This booklet here gives the newer player a brief overview of everything Magic the Gathering related. So introducing them to the hobby, showing them where they can play for free with Magic Duels. Personally, I use Magic Duels myself to get to grips with all the new mechanics of the game when I first started, as it was really good in explaining everything in steps. Definitely recommend that for a newer player. Social media areas and any of the websites to go to. Telling the newer players about Friday Night Magic at their local gaming store. Tournament experience and where they can see the players compete, and then just stories of Magic the Gathering planes and what Planeswalkers are. The deck building guide is fairly basic, but enough information is given for a newer player to get going. My favourite aspect has to be the 5 colour reference here for the newer player. It shows an overview of the colours and what is expected from each. This overview I'm sure will help the newer players see which colour they like the look of and would suit their playstyle. Here we have the 125 semi-randomised cards from the kit, along with the land pack. The cards only come from a slightly larger card base, so don't expect to purchase 2 kits and be completely different. I do like the fact that there are 100 lands in this kit here to help give the new player the ability to make multiple decks from one. So let's have a look and see what we can get here. I'll just put the land pack to one side. So, as you can see here, there's a Deck Builders Toolkit and 16 symbol on there. It's just so that the newer player has some powerful rares to play with. They're not supposed to be here for competitive or standard legal. So just have a quick look through here. Okay, we've got some cards here from, by the looks of it, from Kaladesh, Shadows over Innistrad, and Eldritch Moon, which is actually very good. It just means that, you know, the newer player can take some of the cards that they've got here and put them into a more of a standard deck, and add some cards from either the booster packs which have come with the kit, or whenever they end up buying more booster packs to help, you know, develop a deck. But to be honest, this as a kit for a newer player is actually very, very good. There's enough diversity in the cards here for people to play lots of different colour types, lots of different archetypes, and just kind of, you know, see what they like the look of. Love that card. See what they like the look of in the grand scheme of things, so they know when they do end up purchasing bigger and better cards in the set or any future sets, that they know what colour cards they like playing with, what kind of archetypes they like to play with, so that, you know, they'll enjoy the game a lot more. But I do prefer having something like this for a newer player over a Planeswalker deck, purely down to the fact that they've got the option here to play with multiple colours, try all the different colours out and see which ones they actually like, rather than being stuck with the 1 or 2 colours that are in a Planeswalker deck with a, you know, pretty powered down Planeswalker. I mean, I didn't get to open a Planeswalker when I started in Origins, which is quite late, but I didn't get to open a Planeswalker until, you know, Shadows over Innistrad with Nahiri. And to be perfectly honest, having the excitement of opening your first ever Planeswalker is actually a really nice experience, that having a Planeswalker deck might actually take that away from a player. So here we've got, here we go, they've got the dual lands here, which just give, you know, a little bit more flexibility than just having mountains and islands or whatever to make your deck. It, you know, the player's got a little bit more of a chance to have the decks playing a little bit more consistent. And then we've got Kaladesh lands in here as well. I really do like the art on the Kaladesh lands. We'll just swim through them. No. Okay, and then I'm not going to bother opening the land pack because it's just going to be the same as there. Now for the fun part for any player, not just a new player. Get to open these nice fresh boosters and to get to see if there's anything in here which can help with the other cards in the Deck Builder's Toolkit to make something really fun to play. I can understand why they didn't put any Battle for Zendikar and Oath of the Gatewatch into this set, just because it means that the set's got a little bit more longevity of cards being able to play in Standard before it rotates out. So perfectly understand that there. I'm going to start chronological order, and we're going to start with a bit of Shadows over Innistrad. Now, if I remember rightly, there's only a few cards in Innistrad that I'm actually looking for. I never managed to open an Archangel Avacyn, so I'd love that. And just anything fun really would be great. So we'll skip through and see what we end up finding. Essence Flux, Inner Struggle, Near Chaplain, Tamio's Journal, that's a great card. Adversarian Missionaries, and we've turns into the Lunarch Inquisitors, and we've got a foil Silent Observer. Nice. Okay, onto the Eldritch Moon. Hopefully there'll be something fun in here for us. Okay, Haunted Dead, Gnarlwood Dryad, very good card as well. Incendiary Flow, Oath of Liliana. It's not quite a Liliana, but still, pretty good card. Cryptolith Fragment. This is one of my favourite cards actually in pre-release, and has won me so many games. Very good card there. Right, now it's time for the lottery tickets. Let's see if we can open any inventions. That'd be quite nice, wouldn't it? Okay. We'll just skip through these quite quickly. Nature's Way, Snarethopter, Janjit Sentry, and Dipala Pilot Exemplar. It's a pretty good card. I mean, White-Red seems to be doing a very good job at the moment. Vehicles are looking very nasty. Okay. Ooh. Let's get through these. Baumat Bazaar Barge, nice. Arborback Stomper, Aether Meltdown, and a Concealed Courtyard. You know, dual lands, everybody's happy with some dual lands. They're great. Yeah. Not quite a invention there, but to be perfectly honest, there's a fair few cards which the player can then use with their Deck Builder's Toolkit to try and make their decks a little bit more powerful. Overall, I think the Deck Builder's Toolkit is a great entry product into Magic the Gathering, especially compared to dual decks and Planeswalker decks. It gives the player a lot more variety and colour choices to build decks from, which you don't get with the pre-made products mentioned. The 4 boosters that are standard legal help to bring some much needed rares to add to the diversity from the box. Also brings the new player that much closer to the booster pack cracking addiction that I know we all have. The storage box is decent enough to store these cards in as you build your collection, but not as strong as the bundle box, but still good enough. The mana supplied is a large enough number for 2 players to build from one kit, and the inclusion of dual lands means they'll hopefully find their decks a little more consistent to play. The cards are fairly basic ones, so they help the newer player get to grips with the main mechanics before jumping into the next level with either limited, standard, modern, legacy or commander. But the main point is that it introduces the newer player into one of the most fun parts of the hobby, which is actually building a deck, which other entry products don't provide. This will no doubt help them get into the hobby that much quicker. I wouldn't recommend this product for an existing player unless you wanted to use it to teach a new friend, but for the new or returning player I feel this is a great product. I certainly would recommend this over any of the other options available. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up as it really helps me. Later this week I'll be bringing you another Booster Pack Friday, and next week will be my booster box opening, so if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so that you'll be notified when these are uploaded. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.